First of all, thank you all for joining the session. I appreciate your interest in learning this about Python basics and how it is related to AI and machine learning. So let me start with, as Kavita said, I have already prepared the agenda for the whole 6 weeks time. So let me share my screen. So are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Raja.
Yes, Raja.
So yeah, so this is for Python for AI and ML, and this is my overall agenda for the entire 6 weeks. Okay. So in this, I'm going to cover what is AI, ML, DL, and data science. So that is the introduction, like what is the difference between AI, ML, DL, and data science. So after that, I will talk about setting up the environment, and this is going to be a practical session. So I assume that you all are a beginner, so that I will go as a beginner. I have prepared it based on the beginner level only. So first is what is AI, ML, DL, and next one setting up the environment, like how to set the Python environment, and I will be exploring the things like how to work with the environment. Okay, so next third topic is hands-on with Jupyter Notebook. So if you are not familiar with Jupyter Notebook, I will be exploring that Jupyter Notebook. So today's session, I'm going to cover these 3 topics, and in next session, in the next coming sessions, I'm going to talk about Python programming basics. It's like a crash course because you all are developers, and you don't need to go in detail. So it's a crash course, and I'm going to give you what is the difference between other programming language and what is the syntax difference. Those things I'm going to cover, and what are the concepts that are there in Python programming. So those things I will cover in the 4th topic. And the next topic is extracting data from different sources. So extracting data, and this is the first step, like how to extract data from different sources. So there are 3. I'm covering 3 areas, like how to get data from SQL database. Second one is how to get data from JSON web services. Then third one is how to get data from web, like web scraping. Okay, so these are the different data sources from where we can get data. So I'm going to how to extract data, I'm going to give demo on that. And the 5th topic is exploratory data analysis. Once we get all the data, then we will be exploring the data. Like we'll be using the library like pandas and NumPy for that. So it is just like how you are using the select statement to get data in the SQL. Similarly, we will be using pandas to get the data, access the data, and explore the data. And we'll do a lot of other commands how to use pandas. Okay, so in this exploratory data analysis, I'm going to talk about that. Next topic is the data munging. We need to process the data, like we have missing data, we'll be having like outliers, and we have to process that data so that it is good for machine learning algorithm. So when we are feeding that data into an algorithm, we don't have to have all these unwanted data. So we have to clean up those data. So for that, we have to do the data munging. Okay. Next topic is a feature engineering and encoding. This is a technique where feature means what? Feature means it's like just like how we have in table, we have columns, right? So similarly, the same name is given features here. So features means just a column. Okay. So feature engineering means what? So we can generate new features. We can create new features out of the existing features, and we can also do some encoding. Like we have range of values. We can do some encoding so that all the data is eligible for making a machine learning algorithm. Okay. So next topic is creating visualization. Like for this, we'll be using matplotlib libraries to create a visualization. Then after that, I'm going to create a machine learning model for regression problem and classification problems. Okay. So these are the topics that for this entire sessions, I'm going to cover all these topics. We will go in detail in all the topics. First, let me start with the first topic. What is AI, ML, DL, and data science? So you might be having a lot of people might be having a lot of confusion, like AI, எல்லாரும் சொல்றாங்க AI னா என்ன, ML னா என்ன, DL னா என்ன. So ML னும் DL ஒண்ணா இல்ல டிஃபரெண்டா, அது மாதிரி நிறைய கன்ஃபியூஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு. So I'm giving a broad view, like how it is differentiated. Okay. First is AI. AI is artificial intelligence. Are you able to? Okay, so this is the first artificial intelligence. So programs with ability to learn and reason like human. So artificial intelligence na ஒரு மெஷினுக்கு நம்ம வந்து ஒரு ஹியூமன் மாதிரி ஒரு இமிட்டேட் பண்றது தான் artificial intelligence. So it is like a vast area. So இந்த ஏரியால artificial intelligence is a vast area. Next one. So machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. First, machine learning is a bigger picture. In that, we have a subset in machine learning. Machine learning is enna, we have data, we are processing the data, we have to process the data, and we have to make it good for the machine learning algorithm. And then that algorithm is going to create a predictions, and then we are going to make a decision what to do. Okay. So without any intervention of human, like we are getting the data, the machine is getting the data and processing it and getting the insight and make the decision. So human without human involvement, we are doing that. So that is called the machine learning. Okay. So machine learning is all about algorithms. Okay, algorithm, we have algorithm. Next topic. So next is the deep learning. So deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Actually, deep learning is it's an artificial neural networks. Okay. So like so for example, we do image recognition or image or object recognition pandrom, and we do voice recognition, text recognition pandrom, like NLP language. So all this comes under deep learning. So deep learning is nothing but it's also an algorithm. We will be using like deep TensorFlow, Keras, all those libraries are used for deep learning. Okay, deep learning is the artificial neural network use பண்றது. So it is a subset of machine learning. So deep learning is one of the algorithm. நிறைய algorithm இருக்கு, அதுல ஒரு one of the algorithm வந்து deep learning. So this is how it is organized. First, overall picture is artificial intelligence. In that we have the subset machine learning. In that we have the subset deep learning. Okay. Next, then where is the data science? So data science is a separate field. Okay. So data science na another, we will be doing data extraction, organizing the data, and exploring the data, and performing some mathematical and statistic calculations. Okay. So all this comes under data science. Here you can see it is intersected with all the other in this Venn diagram. It is intersected with the all these circle. Okay. So without data we cannot do anything, like artificial intelligence argatum, machine learning argatum, deep learning, anything, we need data. Okay. Without data, machine learning is not possible. Okay. So for that, these two area we have to it is going hand in hand. First we have to do the data science, like we have to extract data, organize data, and explore it, and then we are going to process the data, and then we are going to apply the machine learning algorithm. Okay, so these two things combinedly, we can say that data science project. Okay, so the entire thing is a data science project. So first we need data science, then we will be doing the machine learning algorithm. So I hope that you have a some clear picture about what is AI, machine learning, and deep learning and data science. Next topic, data science project lifecycle overview. Okay, so we get the data as a raw data. Okay, so here you can see the first beginning. There is a data. This is raw data, and from this raw data we create meaningful, that is the end result. Okay, so we create a meaningful insight. From this data we create meaningful insight. So in between, what are the stages of this data science project? We are going to see that. So first stage, extract. So first we need to extract, as I told earlier, first we need to do the extracting the data. So for that is the first stage. So we have three different options. Like we can extract data from SQL, we can extract data from JSON, we can extract data from web, like web scraping. Okay, these are the three. Next one is organize. Like first we extracted the data, then we have to organize it. Like we have to remove the unwanted things, and we have to do some data manipulations. Like we have missing values are there, null values are there, and outliers are there. So we have to correct those data first. So that is organizing the data. Okay. Next step is analyze and create model. So we are ready with the data. We have to apply the data to the machine learning algorithm. Okay, so we have to create a machine learning algorithm, and we have to analyze that, like the predictions, whatever we are creating the predictions, we have to analyze the correctness of that. So it is a continuous process. You can see I have given the circle. There is a circle there. That means it is an iterative process. Like we have to keep on fine tuning the model, so that it to improve the performance. Okay, so that we have the iterative, it is an iterative process. Next one is the presentation. Once we are ready with the machine learning model, then we do a presentation, like we generate reports. It can be anything, like we can present it in a web. We can just post it in a web, in a production environment. We have like a web application like Flask. Flask is used to deploy our whatever the machine learning algorithm into web. So for that we will be using Flask, but I'm not going to cover that Flask, those things. There is also just like a MVC architecture, like we have Django, that is also using the MVC architecture. Similarly, Flask is also using MVC architecture. It's a microsite. Okay, it's like not so big site, like a Django site. It is not so big, but to deploy our data science project, we can use Flask. Okay. So next thing is once we complete all these things, that is not the end of we are not done with that. It is a continuous process again. So we get the data on a daily basis. We have to improve the algorithm. We have to improve that model day by day. Okay. So for that we need data. So each time we have to extract the data, then organize the data, then create the model. Then it is we have to improve the model. Then again we have to present it, and it is going to be a cycle of again we will get new data. Then again it is going to be a loop. Okay, so this is the data science project life cycle. Okay. Next one. So why Python? So why we need to use Python? Because the reason is very simple. Python is easy to learn, easy to code. Okay, so it's a easy coding language. And second point is a package. So Python has a lot of plethora of libraries for developing data science project. Okay, மற்ற ப்ராஜெக்ட் மற்ற இதில் பார்த்தோம்னா மற்ற ப்ராஜெக்ட்ல நமக்கு வந்து டேட்டா சயின்ஸுக்கு தேவையான லைப்ரரிஸ் இதில் இருக்காது. ஸோ பைத்தான்ல வந்து we have lot of libraries. So that is the reason. Third point is community support. So நமக்கு வந்து community support நிறைய இருக்கு. So if you open Python official site, day by day it is having the versions are day by day you will find new versions. Okay. Scalability என்னன்னா we can expand our application, expanding and fast moving. Okay, so that is a scalability. And fifth one is production. As I said, we can deploy our application into web using Flash. So that option also is there in Python. So these are the key points that why we go for Python using data science. Now, next topic is setting up the environment. So this is a kind of this is a kind of a demo, like how to install Python, and we can install Python using Anaconda distribution, or we can use Python official website. Okay, both the option are there. Why? I'm not going to install this thing because I have already installed it in my system, but I'm just going to show you. So first, open a browser and here you can give Anaconda distribution. Here you find the first link, open this link. So you have here a download button. This is for Windows. So we can click on this and it will be downloaded here, and you can just, it's an open source, anyone can download and install in your system. So once you download, you can just follow the instruction and click next, and it is going to install. Okay. And the other option is you can go into the Python official website, python.org. Here also you have option for downloading and installing. Okay, so like here you can click on this link and you can download. But why? What is the difference between this and this? So if you are downloading Python from this official website, you will get the core Python. But if you want to work on the data science project, you need to download from this Anaconda distribution, because this Anaconda distribution comes with all the inbuilt comes with all the packages. Okay, for data science. I will recommend you to download this one. This is also you can use it. Like I will show after completion of the download and installation, you will get a folder like this. Here you can see the Anaconda 3 here. So this is a folder. Once you download and install, you get this folder. When you are installing it from the Python official website, you will get a folder like Python 3.9. Okay. So here you get this. So this is an interactive shell here. So Python interactive shell. You can see here 3 greater than symbol here. That means it is a interactive mode. You can type the code and just enter, and it is going to give you the result. Okay, so that is a interactive mode, and it is a interpreted language. Python is an interpreted language. Why? Because we don't need to compile the program. So you just type the command, execute it, and it is going to give you the result. So that is why it is called as interpreted language. So this is an interactive shell, and you can also write program in a file editor. Like there is a IDLE. This means interactive development and learning environment. So here also you have the the 3 greater than symbol, that means it's in a interactive mode. And you can open a file editor, like I'm going to open a new file. Like you can write some program here. Okay. Okay, so like this, you save it. So இது வந்து .py அங்கற folder file name கொடுக்கணும். So .py. Okay. If you want to run this, run module F5. So when you run this, you have 2 windows here. One window is for file editor, and the second window is for seeing the result. Okay, so this is how it this file editor. And if you want to open, you can also open the interactive shell using the command line. I'm opening the command line here, and if you just type Python here, it will go into interactive mode. Now in interactive mode, we can just give a command like I'm doing some calculation like 3 plus 4, like A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. So print C. Okay, this just a simple program. You can do it interactively. Okay, so interactively we can write program here. But what is the disadvantage is when you are writing the program in interactive mode, we cannot save the file, save it. So it's just like do some practice work here. But when you are doing some program, you have to use this editor. Okay, so this is how we do it from the Python thing. Now I am going to show you how to we will be exploring Anaconda navigator. Okay, so in Anaconda we have the Anaconda navigator and command line like Anaconda prompt and Jupyter notebook and Spider. Spider is editor in for just like how we did for the file editor. The same file editor, Spider, is used here. You open the Anaconda navigator. Okay. So you have some applications here, like we can use VS Code is there, Spider is there, and Jupyter, and PyCharm is there. PyCharm is used for you can create some web application using PyCharm, and we'll be using Jupyter notebook for data science project. So here also you will find the same command line. Okay, so if I want to go to command line, I have to type Python. So it goes to the 3 greater than symbol is there. So that means it is an interactive mode. So now let's now we have explored all the after installation, what are the things that we saw that. Now we will explore the Jupyter notebook. So when you open Jupyter notebook, you will get something like this. Let me open again. Jupyter notebook. Okay. Now you can see this is a explorer where you will write your program. This is an explorer, just like you can see all the folders here, and where these folders are located. If you go to the file explorer, this PC, and the C colon users and admin. So our desktop. So this is a place where this is a file. This is a location where we saw in Jupyter. Okay, you can see all these files are there in this location. If you are creating any files here, it is going to be saved in that location. Okay. So you can see here, if you want to create a new file, like you can create new file using Python 3. You can create folder, you can create a text file here. So I'm directly going into creating a Python Jupyter notebook here. You can see here, this is the Python notebook where you can write program in cells. Okay, this is one cell, and you can add more cells. So I'm giving something like, so to run the program, you have to execute it using this button. Click on this, or you can also use Shift Enter. I'm giving something, and you have to use Shift Enter. Shift Enter will give you the result, and it will open a new cell. You can use Shift Enter or Control Enter. You can use Control Enter. If you use Control Enter, it is going to execute the cell, but it will not go to the next cell. Okay, like I'm going here, print. Okay, so now if I give Control Enter, it's going to execute the cell, but it is not going to open a new cell. Okay, so you can explore this one, like suppose if I want to move this cell up, you can move the cell up, down, and if you want to insert a cell in between here, go to this cell, insert cell above. Like this, you can use the cell, and you can explore this file menu, all these things. It is once you install Jupyter Notebook, I would recommend you to go and explore this file menu, and all this cut, copy, paste cell is there. Okay, and you can also go to the keyboard shortcuts. Okay, so these are the keyboard shortcuts. If you have time, you can go and explore this one. Okay, now we have the, this is a window where if you want to run a program, you use the code. And if you want to make it as a command line, then you can use this markdown. For example, I'm creating a cell, like this is a cell. I want to use this cell to make a description or any comments over there. So I will select the markdown. And to use the markdown, what you have to do is you have to use the hash. Now hash a space, welcome to Jupyter Notebook. Now enter. Shift Enter. Okay. Now it is a heading. Okay. Now I want to insert one more cell here. Suppose I want to use that subheading, then I have to use. Make sure that markdown is selected here. You have to select the markdown here. Select this one. And if you want to use a subheading, you have to give double hash. If you want to use subheading, then you have to again use again one more hash, like that. So subheading. Okay. So this is how we use. Next topic, I will just I have wrote some program here. Okay. We can also create variables and print it like this. New cell. Okay. So this cell, no, if suppose I just cut this one and paste it here, and I'm just running this print Z without running the first these first three lines. You can see it is throwing error. You have to run this cell first, so that no, your variables are declared, and then after that only we can run the program. So when you are, there is no sequence in the in running the program. You can run the cell first cell, or you can run the next cell. Any cell you can run. Okay, there is no sequence, and it will remember if you are running this cell, it will remember X, Y, Z. And if you go to the next cell and run print Z, then it is going to, because you have executed this cell first. So it is going to remember that variable value, and it is going to print it here. Okay. So this is how, so I have explained about all these things. Now, exclamation marks. So this is one more thing, like how to get the line numbers. Like we can use escape plus L. I will share these notes to you once I complete this one. So escape L. So you can see it is showing the line numbers. And next thing is using the exclamation mark. Suppose you want to use like shell commands. You can use shell commands here using the exclamation mark. Now I'm using the shell command here. Execute shift enter. So it is showing the version of the current version of the installed Jupyter. And this will save automatically. So whatever you are doing, it is auto save only. And if you want to manually save this, you have to go to the file menu and you can save it here. But it is auto save, so don't worry. Next thing is we'll see about magic functions. What are magic functions? So there are some special functions available. We will explore some of the magic functions. There are a lot of magic functions are there. So we are going to see some of the magic functions. Suppose we have to use this percentage symbol before that magic function. Okay. So if it is a single line, then we can use single percentage. If it is a multi-line, then we have to use double percentage. Okay. For example, I'm giving this line like matplotlib inline. Executing this line. You can also observe here, it is showing numbers here, 9. That means whenever you are executing something, it is going to increment the number. Suppose I execute this one again. Now you can see it is showing 10 here. That means I executed this line and then again I'm executing this line. And this is just to show you how to use a graphical representation we can use using the matplotlib. Don't go with the program. I will explain about this. This is just to show you how to plot something, plot some graphs here. This is the only thing difference between the other like command line or editor, because we can use visualization here. We can use visualization to show the graphs. Okay, so that is the main purpose of using this Jupyter notebook. So now I have actually this is a this line is a linear like regression, like we are using from 1 to 100. We are just incrementing the number and it is going like the line is going like this. So this is a graph. Next thing. So we can write something like we can write something in a text file. So for that we have to use write file. This is a magic function. Write file, you have to give write file and then we have to give the file name. Write file. So we have to use a double percentage, then write file, then we have to give the file name. And this is the content that we are going to write in that file. So I just copy this one. So instead of test, I'm going to write something like demo file. Okay, so I'm writing 2 lines here. So let me execute this line. Now it wrote this file, wrote this content into this file. So to see that, go to the Explorer. You can see the demo file is created here. You click on this, you have the content here. Okay, and you can write you can give a file name here. This is a untitled one, and the file extension is .ipynb. So that is a file extension, but normally we'll be using .py file, but for Jupyter Notebook we will be using .ipynb. Okay, so that is the extension, and this is a like a interactive web web application. Interactively we can use that. So that is a thing. Next topic. If I want to list some files and directory in the current location, then I can use %ls. Use %ls. So it gives the directory, current directory, a file and directories. And we can also use the HTML here. So we have to use double %HTML. We can write some HTML code here. Like I have images. This is a italic and image. So I'm giving something like I have already I have in this location. I have a GIF file, JPG file. This is the file. I'm going to show this here. So in the SRC, I'm going to write trees.jpg. Okay. Okay, before that, now you can see images loaded here. Just like HTML also we can use here in Jupyter Notebook. Next one. You can also use the anchor tag, like you can give some link here, like any link, like website link or anything. And we can also use the load ext. This is to load the extensions, like we want to use some SQL. So for that we can use load extension. And exclamation mark is to, as I said, exclamation mark is to use the shell command. And here I'm using pip install. Mostly we'll be using this type of commands, because this is just like package manager. PIP means package manager. So using this package manager, we can install some libraries or some modules we can install using this pip install. Okay. So you can use like this, or you can also write like this. If it is a multi-line, suppose that you want to use multi-line statements, then you can use double percentage and exclamation mark. Okay, so I'm using only the single line, so I'm using this line. Now, when I execute, you can see here there was a star present there. That means it is running, and we have to do. We don't have to do anything, because we have to wait for the execution to complete. Okay, so that is the indication that that star means it is running. Now it is. I've done this, so I have already done this. So it is showing me this message. and we can use the load ext SQL. No. So now I can use like I can write something like creating table and inserting the something here, and I can use the select statement. So for that, I'm using SQLite here. So it's a portable database. It's just like a file. So I will use this command, %SQL, SQLite. And now I'm going to create a table and insert some value here. So I have 3 fields: name, age, total marks. So I'm passing some values to this table and inserting some rows. Good. Now 2 rows are affected, and you can see this using select star from classroom. தேவை. அதுவும் கொடுக்கலாம். அதுவும் இருக்கு. அந்த மாதிரியும் கொடுக்கலாம். ஓகே. ஸோ இதுல வந்து இன்னும் என்னன்னா, உங்களுக்கு என்னென்ன மேஜிக் ஃபங்க்ஷன் இருக்கு அதை பார்க்கணும்னா, மொத்தமா எவ்வளவு மேஜிக் ஃபங்க்ஷன் இருக்குன்னு பார்க்கணும்னா, யூ கேன் யூஸ் திஸ் கமாண்ட் ls magic. So it shows all the magic function it is available, and also I have notes for this. So these are the magic functions that we have. So you can refer this magic function and you can do some exploration on this. Okay, so that's about the session. And do you have any questions you can ask, or if you are having any doubts in offline, you can also ask me. So this is all about next session will be about Python and basic Python, and that is going to be for 4 to 5 hours, 4 hours. So I don't want to start now itself, because I want to take it as a fresh class. So I will end our session today. This is enough. If you have any question, you can ask me now.